This is my third time recording this video. They did not want this to get out. But if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Georgia, you need to go get checked quickly, swiftly. Go to the clinic, go to the hospital, go wherever you need to go, because women and men out here, they're literally giving you things that they know that they have. And it's about time that everybody get checked, because at the end of the day, your health matters. They're not going to tell you. You guys have been meeting up with these men and women and don't know what they got. You just having raw dogging sex and all the other stuff, entertainment purposes only. But yeah, it's about time that you guys need to go do that.
Let me give you another reason not to trust these men. So I'm currently on rotation at an HIV clinic. They also do STD testing and treatment. And if you're from El Paso, you know how big of a deal STDs are in the community, and it's really something that needs to be worked on. But I am such a big advocate for testing and treatment for all STDs because, side story, I have an ex-boyfriend who, while we were together, he was found on Grindr. And luckily, he did not give me anything, and I'm completely fine. But other women are not as lucky. So there's men out there who claim that they're straight. They have wives and girlfriends, kids, families, but they're out there engaging in unsafe sexual behaviors with other men and putting their partners at risk. And my preceptor told me trust is cute. And I fully agree. You cannot trust these men. You have to put your health first because they simply do not care.
You ever notice how people will check the expiration date on milk, sniff it twice, and still not trust it? But won't do the same for their own body. We'll throw away a $3 carton without blinking. But when it comes to protecting ourselves from something that can literally change our lives forever, suddenly we're out here gambling like it's Vegas.
I don't know what y'all got going on down here in Atlanta and in Houston, but the HIV and AIDS rate, it's crazy. I saw the news yesterday, and they pretty much about to daggone shut Atlanta down. How is it 2024 going into 2025 and all y'all around here still having unprotected sex? Like y'all, how come y'all not getting it? It's all, they advertise this up all over the place. How crazy HIV is just rising, and y'all still laying down with each other unprotected. And I ain't trying to hear, man, it's the down low men, it's the women. It's no. You have to be responsible for your own health. You have to be responsible for your own safety out here. Like, for real. The one thing I admire about the 4B movement is that they're gonna abstain from sex. Because, like, y'all out here diseasing everybody. It's crazy. I just don't get how we live in the most advanced, intelligent time and people are still dumb.
Yeah, I first reported back in July. Investigators named 2 victims in this case. One even died after having untreated, undiagnosed HIV for so long. As of today, new warrants filed say a 3rd victim has come forward claiming the suspect did the exact same thing to her. Here's what we know. Prosecutors say Cleveland Brody's, quote, reckless conduct caused the death of his wife, Denise, in April 2022. Medical records show, based on her blood work, Denise had undiagnosed and untreated HIV for at least 5 years.
She's supposed to be here right now.
As a result, in July, deputies arrested the 62-year-old suspect for felony reckless conduct, HIV-infected person. A judge denied Brody bond.
Finding you a risk of flight.
Shortly after, police filed a second charge, saying a woman came forward claiming Brody also had unprotected sex with her multiple times this year without disclosing his positive status. Rockdale County detectives suggested at the time this could be a part of a pattern. Then Tuesday, September 5th, they issued a 3rd charge. Warrants detail the suspect consciously disregarded unjustifiable risk by having sexual encounters with the woman as recently as March. All 3 charges are felony reckless conduct. If convicted, the maximum is 5 years per count.
You have to do some due diligence.
However, the district attorney's office argued in court they do intend to seek murder charges on behalf of Denise.
We could still have our mother here with us today if he had just gave her that one courtesy just to tell her that, you know, to test herself for it. And that could be it. And she could have gotten treatment. Nobody's dying from HIV and AIDS today. It's not a death sentence.
And we do want to point out, Denise died from untreated, undiagnosed HIV because she hadn't been tested. There was no reason to believe, as a married woman to her husband, that she had the virus. In fact, the mom had previously overcome a diagnosis of cancer, so the family assumed the cancer had come back. It wasn't until much later new doctors ran new tests and confirmed this was the thing that was killing her. You can watch our full investigations on WANF.com. Police here in Rockdale County do believe there are still other victims out there. In Conyers, I'm Sierra Cummings, Atlanta News First.
When was the last time you got tested for HIV? Don't mind my hair, but I just did my at-home HIV self-testing kit. You can get these for free. I'm going to leave the link right here on the screen. The kit literally comes with everything you need, and of course my results are next. Show you. So when you get your kit in the mail, it comes with 2 full kits. You pretty much swab your mouth. It's my results. 1 line. So yeah, 1 line means a negative result, and then anything else would either be positive or invalid. But it's super easy to read. To follow the instructions. Guys, knowing your status is so important. I can't stress that enough. Don't be out here just willy-nilly in it, guessing about everything. Know your status. Order your at-home kit. They're free. Both kits are free. You get 2 kits per person. So the whole family needs to order one. It's super convenient. No clinic visits, no stress, and you get your results in about 20 minutes or so. It's super easy. Protect yourself, protect your partners, and know your status. Please, know your status.
So check 1, 2, right? I've been talking loud about Atlanta, Georgia, because I'm a resident here, a citizen here. And you go to google.com and do your homework and do your research on different various websites. It will tell you that Atlanta, Georgia is the #1 city and state. I'm sorry. But it's just the honesty facts that it's #1 in HIV and AIDS rates right now. #1 right now. And I know a lot of people going to say, oh man, it's a lot of gay people out here. The gay community out here is real big. No. Women, if you know that men out here is gay, why you still having unprotected sex with these men, right? If you know if he down low or not. Condoms are cheap. You could get a 3-pack of Lifestyle condoms for $1.88 at Walmart last time I checked. You could get a box of 40 for $9.28. With tax, you're looking at $10.28. I stay scrapped with condoms. There's no excuse why you can't sit right there and put a latex glove or put on a freaking latex glove from the dentist's office that's going to protect you from fighting for the rest of your life for some infection where you got to take pills. Everybody always making an excuse why they contract some kind of STD or AIDS. I mean, like, yo, y'all need to tighten up, man, for real. Ain't getting no better, and y'all still out here raw dogging a lot of men, put a baby in you, and you come find out he gave you an STD or AIDS, and then you and your feelings. Ain't nobody tell you to have unprotected sex? That's your fault. That is your own fault. Take accountability for your own actions.
One thing about me, I do not get on this internet for clickbait, for clout, or anything. I have went viral on TikTok for several times. So I do not need to be on here making a post about somebody that's out here spreading HIV to go viral. I don't been viral before. What I am out here doing is spreading awareness on y'all need to be out here and be safe, because people out here do not care. A lot of y'all missed the whole message of what I was saying of being out here to protect y'allself. Y'all sitting here talking, call the police, call the police, call the police. She need to be in jail. She need to be in jail. Yes, she do. But at the same time, this is a lady from over on the west side that's been the hood. When I come through, I see her sometimes. I do not know her name. I know where she go by. And I do not know where she stay at. I have not even seen the her results or whatever. So therefore, I cannot go to the police and making accusations on her that I cannot prove. No judge is going to give any officer a warrant to go and get her DNA just because I come up there and I said that she said that she is out here giving that shit to people. I cannot do that. So for y'all, the one who keeps saying, report her, report her, report her. When I get information, I will. But don't come on my page talking about how I'm doing a disservice. Now you doing yourself a disservice if you out here sleeping with anybody, not protected and not knowing your own status. Cause a lot of y'all do not even go to the doctor until something wrong with you or your partner come and tell y'all there's something wrong with y'all. I'm giving y'all the same information if you go to the doctor. The doctor will tell you to be careful, be quiet. The doctor will tell y'all to be out here, be careful, protect yourself. That's even with people that's in a marriage. And y'all telling me to post this lady picture. I cannot post this lady picture. I would get sued. If y'all really knew, a lot of y'all want to know who she is because y'all want to know if y'all probably have slept with her or slept with some of the people that she don't slept with. But no, I cannot post nobody picture like that. I cannot do that, and I will not do that. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Y'all all can go to hell.
I don't know what y'all got going on in the Philippines, but according to the CDC, the Philippines has one of the highest HIV rates amongst their people than most of the world.
Passport bros, passport bros, passport bros. It's not surprising at all. It's not surprising at all that a lot of you guys are coming back home burning. It's not surprising at all because just like I said a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is that a lot of you guys are not going outside of the country for wives. You're going out of the country to tourism and to take advantage of people. That's just what it is. Tourism of taking advantage of people. You go to these third world countries, second world countries who are not financially where they need to be. A dollar goes a lot further. You feel like a king. You got a nice little hotel. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 or 3 girls who know you from the last visit. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all don't want to admit it, but a lot of y'all be getting these girls pregnant and y'all leave them over there and never want to go back. And now y'all want to go to another place. Because now the Philippines has always been a background for passport bros, but that's when 8x5 by 11 men were going rampant over there. Okay, when I say rampant over there. Now, y'all want to go over there. And now a lot of y'all having regrets because black, American women are just not, domesticated. They don't want to cook and clean. They don't want to let a man leave, blah, 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 blah. Now you going over there and you coming back with that fire. Not that fire with the stick, but that fire when you pee. That fire when your face break out. That fire when them lymph nodes on your neck starting to look crazy. Okay? We all knew this was coming. Like all of the empty threats, all of the empty verbiage, all of the bravado that you guys were going back and forth on the internet, we knew that the truth will eventually come to the light. And look what's going on. They're going wild out there and y'all catching it. Coming back home thinking that we don't know what you've been doing. We know Craig. We know Dusty. We know. Like, share, comment.
Listen, and don't tell me that y'all motherfuckers is surprised that them people is down there in Atlanta motherfucking burning, okay? I lived in Atlanta back in 2010. I moved down there, and that shit used to always be a topic of conversation on the news. Either people who weren't getting tested, or by the time they did go and get tested, it was too late and their symptoms have already, progressed and moved along. But when I moved down to Atlanta, these motherfuckers was telling me about swinger clubs, okay? They was telling me about mansion parties. I had one girl, I'm at work now. Listen, I'm from the East Coast. I don't know nothing about what a fucking mansion party is. Okay? But they telling me about mansion parties, aka, I guess those are the orgy, swapping partner parties. A lot of women that I was meeting was down with like their boyfriends bringing in a toy or a extra party in the bedroom, even if she per se wasn't really into women. They was doing that. That's the type of shit that they was on down there. Then they used to love having kickbacks, and guess who was always at a motherfucking kickback, no matter if it was a woman throwing it or a guy throwing it, okay? It used to be this one dude, though. He used to have some good-ass kickbacks. I don't know if he was like a DJ. I remember he used to send us like exclusives through the email. That was when like you had to send music files through email. I used to get all the new songs, y'all, early. But anyways, he threw the best kickbacks. I forgot his name, but shout out to you. But yes, if you had a kickback wasn't a kickback without the motherfucking strippers, okay? So hearing this news that y'all motherfuckers is third in new HIV infections nationwide, stop motherfucking thinking with your groins down there in Atlanta. Stop it. And all you closeted men down there, get your ass out the motherfucking closet. Because y'all is down there infecting women left and fucking right. And if you stay in Atlanta, ladies, listen, please protect yourselves. Please protect yourselves and go get tested.
We always been known for some reason as like the capital of HIV for some reason. And then when I did a little research, I heard that, San Francisco got it bad. I heard that DC area, got heavy cases. But for some reason, I don't know how accurate it is. I always hit that stigma of Atlanta being associated with either DL men or HIV.
Yes. Let's get real. HIV in Atlanta and across the South is not just a statistic. It's a reality check knocking on the door while you're busy ignoring the peephole. And it's not just certain communities or those people. It's your coworker, your cousin, your neighbor who swears they're good but couldn't remember the last time they saw a doctor if you paid them. The wild part, we have free tests, we have PrEP, we have condoms that cost less than a Chick-fil-A combo. But somehow the streets are still acting like it's 1985 and prevention is just a rumor.
HIV positive.
What?
Yeah. I've been HIV positive since 2013.
Why does your hair look like this, man? You're actually the brother of one of the club owners here in Atlanta.
Yeah, one of the popular clubs in Atlanta.
Yeah, what's the name of the club?
The Royal Peacock. That you can sell your body for drugs. I started doing that.
What?
Yeah.
So wait, that was here in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
What age are we talking about?
19.
You were selling your body to who?
To men.
What?
Yeah.
If your brother would have happened to come across this video and see this on YouTube, what do you think his thoughts and his reactions are going to be?
See, I'm real sensitive about my brother, man. Because I'm supposed to be with him.
Have you watching this right now? What message do you have for him?
I need you, man.
HIV cases continue to soar across the Southeast, according to recent data from the CDC. Officials say Metro Atlanta had the third highest rate of new cases among U.S. metro areas in 2021.
Fox 5's Joy Duke spoke with health officials about what they believe is driving the numbers. She joins us at the live desk with more. Joy?
Yeah, Courtney Russ, Metro Atlanta saw more than 1,500 new cases of HIV reported in 2021. That's more than twice the national average. Health officials pointed to stigmas around the virus and access to care as ongoing issues contributing to those high numbers. The CDC's most recent data on new cases of HIV paints a startling picture of an ongoing health crisis in the Southeast.
We've seen that HIV is growing in the South. And Atlanta has some of the highest numbers in the South.
Metro Atlanta ranked third behind Memphis and Miami in new HIV cases in 2021. The 20-county Atlanta metro area accounted for more than half of the 2,371 new diagnoses reported statewide.
That's a shocking number. Especially when we think about the fact that we're talking about human lives.
Jeff Cheek is the director of Fulton County's Department of HIV Elimination. He tells Fox 5 while national numbers have been trending downward, several factors have led to steady increases in HIV cases throughout the southeastern U.S.
In the South, we do not have good health coverage for anyone, not only people living with HIV disease. And so that's why it's so important for us to look at Medicaid expansion to see what we can do to help people.
Georgia was one of 10 states that opted out of Medicaid expansion. Dr. Cecil Bennett says access to care isn't the only issue in the South, where finding doctors who care for patients with the virus may be more difficult.
We have to remember that, we're still in the South and there's a lot of stigma attached to the LGBTQ community.
While Cheek says the numbers are concerning, his office remains committed to connecting HIV-positive patients with providers. And
So there's a young lady in the Carolinas who was employed, at a job, and she was getting around the employees at the job. I mean, when I mean by getting down on their lunch break or whatever, she was, allowing these dudes to lay her down and spray her down, if you can catch my drift. Well, come to find out that she was infected. An old girl infected 12 dudes at the job. Yes, infected 12 dudes at the job. Now, I don't know what happened in the conclusion of the story, because I guess it's still developing, but that was somewhere in the Carolinas. Now, there's a dude going back and forth from Atlanta to Houston, laying women down and spraying women down, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. He's a fairly attractive dude. Pause. I'm just using that because that's what the reports are saying, and I saw the clip here on TikTok. I mean, the one girl chimed in on it, saw the clip. He's pleasing to the women's eye. Well, what the women don't know, he's infected. Well, they probably know now. Buddy done infected about 10 women, going back and forth from Houston to Atlanta. So now, but here's the thing. I say all that to say this. Men and women are infecting each other. Now, the 10 women that he infected, we don't know who they were, because, follow me, we don't know who they were engaged with. Those are 10 women that he was playing with, and now they've infected. Now, they might infected somebody who infected somebody who infected. Y'all catch my drift. Old girl up there in the Carolinas, she was playing with dudes at the warehouse job on the lunch break. Land up, she done infected. There ain't no telling if they had girlfriends, wives, and y'all catch my drift. Now, they gonna end up infecting somebody who's going to infect somebody who's going to infect somebody. It's crazy that people was not wearing protection. Not even protection. It blows my mind that people are just still out here willy-nilly, meet the meeting. It's just like, yo, like, that's why I say, man, like, I love black people, but we're not too bright. We get on here and say that these people did all this stuff to our community. Now these people just sitting back and watch us do it to ourselves. Because y'all still out here meet the meeting, as if we don't know what these diseases did to our community. And forget all, people living with it these days. I forget all that living with it stuff. Who wants to live disease? It's people on this app right now that's on here crying that nobody wants to date them now. And regardless, because and then they say, well, I'm undetectable and I don't know why people. Because here's the thing. The risk outweighs the rewards. Nobody is not saying you're not a human. Nobody's not saying you don't deserve love. But not at the expense of my life. Not the expense of nobody. Listen. I get that a lot of stuff ain't unaliving people no more. I get it. But at the end of the day, nobody want to risk. Now, I ain't gonna say nobody, because obviously there's people out there that's willing to do it. They doing it every day. But there's some of us who don't. And another thing too, don't get up here and say mad people. Listen, I get it. It's happening. It's either you're gonna be abstinent. Marriage works for me because I have a sex drive. Abstinence ain't gonna work for me. And I do have self-discipline with one woman. That's it. I don't know what y'all got going on there in Atlanta, but an Atlanta-based stripper infected with HIV by her boyfriend, who was an influencer, and an Atlanta-based baller who was also a frequent strip club goer, gets revenge on him and other men in an absolutely diabolical way. Check this out.
I remember that house mom knew him personally, and she was like, I know him, he would never do so and so, like blah blah blah. He doesn't have that. And I was like, okay. And so after I saw how they kind of reacted, it kind of just made me back away, and it blew up into this whole thing to where I just stopped working at Dreams. And then that's when I found my other home club, and Started dancing in other clubs in Atlanta.
So you continued dancing after.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you think that was because you were trying to heal something within you?
Oh yeah, I hated men. After I was diagnosed, I was like, this man gave me HIV. I'm going to use every man that I can use to get their money, whatever I can get out of them. Like, I did not care about my life, my safety. Because at this point I had HIV, I was like, what else can happen to me? Like, you know, that's how I was thinking. And
crazy work. So you get infected by one man, but you choose to take it out on all the other men you encounter. That is crazy work. Now, I don't know the protocol or how strip clubs, test their dancers for STDs, but that needs to be studied. Now, y'all know my slogan, sharing is caring and prevention is the mission. Hop down in the comments. Let's talk about this.
I really came on here to say that all day. I've been on TikTok scrolling all day. Every time I turn around, I see a video about the HIV rate in Atlanta. But let me tell y'all something. I'm from Atlanta, born here, raised here. I didn't walk here, ride here, nor did I fly here. I'm a Grady baby, and I'm 35. I ain't never had a scare of HIV, AIDS, none of that. So let me tell you something. It's very rare that you come here and you meet somebody that's from here. So can y'all please stop bringing that shit to Atlanta? That's all it is. Please stop bringing it to Atlanta. I promise you, I can go outside and ask 10 people right now where they from, and they're not gonna say I'm from Atlanta. The people is gonna say I came to Atlanta in such and such.
I mean, some of y'all are out here treating your health like a group project in school, hoping somebody else did the work and you'll just get the grade. Newsflash, nobody's covering for you, boo. And if they are, it's probably because they don't know their status either. That's not a team win, that's a group L. Here's the real takeaway. You can't control what someone else tells you, but you can control whether you stay in the dark. Order the kit, go to the clinic, ask questions before you undress, not after you start feeling symptoms. Because at the end of the day, the sex might be temporary, but HIV, that's a lifetime subscription you can't cancel.
At this point, go on ahead and put Atlanta on a PrEP mandate. Okay? PrEP mandate.
Right now on 11 Alive, Metro Atlanta is the third highest ranking for HIV diagnosis in the country. So this is according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Local clinics say they are already seeing more positive cases. 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles is live with us in studio to explain why even healthcare officials are shocked at these numbers.
The entire city of Atlanta needs to be on PrEP. Just like they mandated everyone to get the COVID vaccination, they need to mandate Atlanta residents to get your ass on PrEP, because this is ridiculous.
This quarter for 2024, we've already reported more positive individuals living with HIV than we did the quarter in 2023. All trying to figure out, why we're getting more people that are diagnosed with HIV when we know there are more prevention tools out there.
When you expand it to the entire state, current preliminary data shows Georgia is 4th in the country for HIV diagnosis.
Atlanta has a problem.